with Ryan Garcia. Psychologically, where is he? Mentally, where is he? You know, which Ryan Garcia is going to show up? Does he even know? Get to the place that he needs to be the boss, to be the Ryan Garcia who can use the jab, set up the counter hook, you know, put punches together with real quick speed. I don't know what you're going to get with Garcia. That's the question.
So I feel like Ryan Garcia may catch it with something. Might be quite early, and then he may win that title.
I would assume you rate Rolly higher than you would Barrios.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would just say, you know, styles make fights. And Rolly went in there. He fought a good fight. He had a good game plan. He'd been in the ring with him before, so, you know, he had an idea of what he was going to do, and he went in there and he executed it.
And let's be honest, Ryan Garcia is usually the one that's used to being the taller, longer guy in there. So I think it's going to be it's different from Ryan to be the shorter guy for a change, trying to get on the inside. But if you take away, again, he has to be close enough to get that left hook off. So if you nullify and keep the space in between, Mario can make it an easier fight than what people expect.
Ryan Garcia has been slapped with yet another WBC fine, and Devin Haney isn't holding back as he gives his final prediction for Garcia versus Mario. Just days before his showdown with Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia has been hit with a major pre-fight violation. The WBC confirmed Garcia was only 5% over the 147-pound limit, but he submitted proof after the mandatory 14-day safety deadline had passed. As a result, the world champion contender has been fined $5,000 or $3,664 for missing the deadline. The notification reads, Ryan Garcia's 14-day weight check was supposed to be received this past Saturday, February 7th. Champion Barrios did comply with the video of this mandatory safety rule. The WBC hereby imposes a $5,000 fine for non-compliance. We expect to receive the weight video either today or first thing tomorrow morning, depending on his training schedule. If we do not receive this video by then, we will be making a press statement and will contact the Boxing Commission with this concern. The WBC didn't end up needing to notify the Nevada State Athletic Commission, as Garcia eventually sent them a video of himself weighing 154.2 lbs. Garcia has vowed to turn in a career-best performance and dethrone Barrios, who will be cornered by his former trainer, Joe Goosen.
7-day check-in. Let's go.
However, Devin Haney didn't let this slide. On his Twitter account, he shared his views, taking a jab at Ryan Garcia and reminding him to get serious and stop making excuses for past PED issues. Resharing a post with a caption sure to intrigue fans, Haney threw this shot just days before the fight, turning up the pre-fight tension even higher. The post says this, "Here we go. Breaks all rules now, here comes the excuses, it was the Haneys." Despite his long-standing feud with Ryan Garcia and taking shots at him for making excuses over the $5,000 fine, Devin Haney has now backed Garcia. Sitting alongside Norman Jr., Haney believes Garcia can get the job done. While he doesn't rate Mario Barrios higher than Romero, he stresses that Barrios will need a completely different game plan to beat Garcia. Haney, who once predicted Manny Pacquiao would win against Barrios, highlighted key factors favoring Garcia in this matchup.
Evan, how do you see it?
Yeah, I don't really rate Mario Barrios. I see Ryan, you know, becoming champion and beat him fairly easy.
I'm sure you're probably one of the guys who felt Pacquiao should have got the nod in the last fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And what about you, Brian?
Same thing. I feel like Ryan Garcia, he gonna do his thing. Ryan Garcia he's a situational fighter where he make things happen. Like, of course, he got the mean left hook, and then Mario Barrios, he doesn't have the fastest reaction time, I'm gonna say. So I feel like Ryan Garcia may catch it with something. Might be quite early, and then he may win that title.
I would assume you rate Rolly higher than you would Barrios.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would just say, you know, styles make fights. And Rolly went in there. He fought a good fight. He had a good game plan. He'd been in the ring with him before, so, you know, he had an idea of what he was going to do, and he went in there and he executed it.
As fight night approaches, Teddy Atlas shares his final prediction for the Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios clash, and he's zeroing in on a key factor that could swing the fight. While many are worried about Garcia's split from his trainer, Atlas isn't concerned about Joe Goosen joining Barrios' camp. Instead, he emphasizes that the real question is whether Garcia is mentally locked in, believing that his focus and mindset, more than any coaching changes, will decide who comes out on top.
So I don't think so. I think what this comes down to is what it always comes down now with Ryan Garcia. psychologically, where is he? Mentally, where is he? You know, which Ryan Garcia is going to show up? Does he even know? You know, I think that's what it comes down to. I always say, I've said it for years, 75% of this business is mental. With Ryan Garcia, it might be 95%. I mean, he's not used up physically. He's still young. He's fine physically. He's got the speed advantage. He's got the power advantage. He's more quick twitch. He's more explosive. He's the more explosive fighter here.
Breaking down the matchup, Teddy Atlas points out that Ryan Garcia still has a lot to prove at the top level. Without noticeable upgrades in his style or strategy, Garcia could face real trouble in the ring. Atlas describes him as unpredictable, with fans unsure which version will show up. On the other hand, Mario Barrios enters the fight with consistency, discipline, and a steady work rate, making him the more reliable and dependable competitor as the showdown approaches.
It's been quiet on the Western Front. If it's quiet on the Western Front with Garcia, that's good news. That's if there's no noise, then maybe things are good. Where mentally he's in a good place. And if I'm gonna go with that, I'm gonna say I favor Garcia. Barrios, where you gotta favor Barrios is this. You know what you're gonna get. Garcia, because of what I just brought up, you don't know for sure what you're going to get. You know what you hope to get. You know what you used to get. You know what you've gotten at times. But you don't know for sure what you're going to get.
Focusing on Mario Barrios' strengths, Teddy Atlas highlights his well-rounded fundamentals, noting that he can fight effectively both up close and from distance, while turning aggressive when the moment calls for it. Atlas stresses that Barrios' jab could play a pivotal role, capable of disrupting Ryan Garcia right from the start. According to Atlas, these skills showcase Barrios' technical growth and growing stature in the sport, positioning him as a serious threat and a fighter who can control the pace and dynamics of this high-stakes matchup.
Barrios, consistent, steady guy, gonna throw punches. His punch number is always gonna be good. He's got that long jab. He's gonna use that jab. He's technically sound. He's gonna use that jab, to set everything up. He can fight on the outside. He likes to be aggressive. At some point, he'll try to come in behind that jab. He likes to go to the body. He can fight inside or outside, as I just mentioned. You got a experienced former champion in different weight classes that will show up to give his all, 100%. He'll leave it in the ring, and you know what he brings. A full effort.
Teddy Atlas believes Ryan Garcia's chances rise significantly if he enters the fight with a strong, focused mindset, allowing his athleticism to shine as a deciding factor. He predicts Mario Barrios will come out aggressively, aiming to rattle Garcia and disrupt his rhythm early. But if Garcia remains composed and weathers that opening storm, he can lean on his skills and carve a path to victory. Atlas warns, however, that while possible, the road to winning this fight will be anything but easy.
I think that Barrios sometimes will start a little slow. That might be good because it might give Garcia a chance to get his sea legs, get his legs under him, and gain a little confidence. Get himself together those first couple rounds, get a rhythm going, get to the place that he needs to be the boss, to be the Ryan Garcia who can use the jab, set up the counter hook, put punches together with real quick speed. I don't know what you're going to get with Garcia. That's the question. But I don't know any other way to go with analyzing this fight than that. At the end of the day, I'll guess that Garcia will be together. Barrios is getting older.
Despite his concerns, Teddy Atlas ultimately leans toward Ryan Garcia in his final pick, with his main focus on Garcia's mental state once the fight begins. He points out that Barrios' last performance against a seasoned opponent exposed questions about his style and power. While Garcia has shown moments of vulnerability, Atlas believes his youth, athleticism, and skill give him the tools to navigate the challenges, overcome Barrios, and potentially walk away with the victory in this high-stakes showdown.
Fight of the age and inactivity of Manny Pacquiao, even though they forget about the legend, the great fighter. How this guy's a special guy. He's just not just another older guy. He's just not another older guy who hasn't been active. It's Manny Pacquiao. But still, people didn't expect it to be that close. It was. And they're going to take that, and maybe rightfully so, as Barrios starting to definitely get, get a little long in the tooth, as they say. And a young Ryan Garcia could do something with that. That's my breakdown.
That same concern is echoed by Jamel Herring, who believes Ryan Garcia's long layoff raises questions about whether he truly has the heart to deliver for his fans. In Herring's view, Garcia's reputation took a hit after his poor showing against Romero, even if he technically deserves this title shot. At the same time, Herring points out flaws in Mario Barrios' past performances, warning that if Barrios doesn't address them, he could get caught in the ring.
And again, Mario Barrios is not a bad fighter. The only thing my issue with Mario is he starts out strong and then he fades out like he did against Abel Ramos in that fight. Starts out strong, he can box. I mean, he was even in the Tank Davis fight, and then he got caught. But my only issue with Ryan is is he focused? Is he a focused Ryan? Like Ryan does have the tools to be a really, really good fighter, but it's like we don't know if Ryan actually really has the passion and heart at times for the fight game. So that's the only issue that's the only knock I will say I have on Ryan. But I think for the both of it is a lot on the both of their shows, because again, people felt that Ryan didn't deserve the opportunity. Because of the Rollies fight.
Breaking it down, Jamel Herring believes this fight will be much closer than most expect, noting that Ryan Garcia doesn't have a height advantage. Herring favors Mario Barrios, citing his championship experience and seasoned style, but admits he wouldn't be surprised if Garcia scores a knockout. He also predicts that, despite the hype, this matchup might actually play out easier for Barrios than fans are anticipating, adding even more intrigue to this pre-fight showdown.
So you gotta keep his head guard, and Ryan does have a tremendous left hook.
Do you feel it's a 50-50 fight, or should it favor one or the other?
I think it should favor, honestly, I think it should favor the champion. I think it should favor the champion in my favor, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan does get the knock. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line with this, man.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to see Devin and Ryan go at it again. Devin got that big win against Brian Norman Jr. There's Rolly still there waiting for the winner as well. So yeah, it's big money fights.
Going further, Jamel Herring claims Mario Barrios has the tools to neutralize Ryan Garcia's dangerous left hook. In his view, Barrios' experience from fighting bigger opponents gives him an edge, even though he hasn't been hailed as one of the sport's finest. Herring also highlights the breakup with Garcia's former trainer, Joe Goosen, as a factor that could play a key role in limiting Garcia's signature weapon and tipping the fight in Barrios' favor.
Does him being taller make him more of a target for Ryan's punches?
No, I don't think so, because again, he was taller with Tank, and he actually, kept Tank at bay, which is using his height and his reach. And let's be honest, Ryan Garcia is usually the one that's used to being the taller, longer guy in there. So I think it's going to be it's different for Ryan to be the shorter guy for a change, trying to get on the inside. But if you take away, again, he has to be close enough to get that left hook off. So if you nullify and keep the space in between, Mario can make it an easier fight than what people expect.
Yeah, no, we saw Mario boxed with Manny, but yeah, at a certain point, he was just in the distance of Manny. And
right
now that you say that, I'm just kind of thinking he can't fight on the, unless he smothers Ryan, but Mario's not really a type to smother you.
As questions swirl over Ryan Garcia's readiness and mindset, Oscar De La Hoya has weighed in with his take. Reflecting on Garcia's struggles against Romero, De La Hoya notes that Romero was reportedly hesitant to fight and felt somewhat forced into the bout. But after that tough lesson, De La Hoya believes Garcia will come into this matchup sharper, more focused, and disciplined, determined not to repeat past mistakes and to show fans he's fully prepared for Mario Barrios.
I think a lot of things went wrong in his camp. Just wasn't focused right from the start. When the fight was maybe being negotiated to the final bell, he just wasn't there psychologically. I don't think he wanted that fight. I don't think he was motivated to fight Rollies, and obviously he paid the price, and I'm sure he learned a big lesson, and that's always, always take your fight serious, take the sport serious, take your career serious, and go out there and be in shape as much as you can, because you never know who's gonna step inside that ring. whether it's Rollies, whether it's Barrios, Pacquiao, whoever, you never know what intentions they have, what mentality they come in with. And Rollies came in guns blazing.
Commenting on Ryan Garcia's preparation and mindset, Oscar De La Hoya says Garcia is more motivated than ever for this fight. With one of his first bouts at welterweight and facing an opponent like Mario Barrios, whose style De La Hoya likens to Manny Pacquiao, he expects a fiercely competitive matchup. De La Hoya believes that if Garcia can score a knockdown, he will be ready to capitalize. With his skill, focus, and determination, De La Hoya sees the potential for this fight to become one of boxing's most memorable showdowns.
I see a motivated Ryan, which ultimately is going to make him very dangerous inside the ring. But I see a Barrios who is confident, a Barrios who's coming off a draw with the legendary Manny Pacquiao, which counts for a lot because, trust me, when Ryan hits him and he goes down, he's going to get right back up. So it might be a long night for both guys. It's going to be a fun fight. Yeah, it's going to be one of those classic fights, I believe, that you wouldn't want to miss.
Full of confidence, Oscar De La Hoya insists that Ryan Garcia will show completely focused, unaffected by the absence of his former trainer, Joe Goossen. By following his game plan and tuning out distractions, Garcia possesses the skills needed to deliver his best performance. De La Hoya describes this matchup as a do-or-die fight for Garcia, a defining chance to prove himself and come out on top against Mario Barrios.
Is under the gun for this fight. I think he has to perform. I think he has to go out there and prove to the world that he really does want this, because he has the skill. He has the tools to go out there and be the very best. It's a matter of putting it together. It's a matter of having the love for the sport once again. Remember what got you here. Don't remember where you're gonna go. Remember what got you here. So I see a Ryan that's focused. I see a Ryan that's determined. I see a Ryan that really wants it. So I think come February fight night, it's gonna be a very, very intense fight for both guys. And again, and I've said this before, whoever wants it the most is gonna happen.
That's the full breakdown of Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. With fines, feuds, predictions, and high-stakes drama, this fight is shaping up to be one of the most talked-about matchups of the year. Who do you think will come out on top? Garcia's youth and speed, or Barrios' experience and power? Drop your predictions in the comments, smash that like button if you're hyped for fight night, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest boxing updates.